Namaste, mere dosto, kya hal chal? How are you doing over there, guys, in India? How are you?
Doing pretty good right now.
All
It's
good,
cold
all
in Delhi right now, chilling.
This is the Indian Borussia Dortmund fan talk. I will talk with Indian Borussia Dortmund fans who have got a very interesting story to tell because they met up former Dortmund players Roman Weidenfeller and Patrick Ovomoyela in India. Besides that, we will also talk about the big rivalry between FC Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund. I will, of course, try to find out if this rivalry also exists in India. And last but not least, we will talk about the trip of Indian Borussia Dortmund fans to Germany. They have been to the stadium in Germany. They did experience the worldwide famous Yellow Wall. And we're going to talk about that. And I think, Akash, you were lucky because you met up former Dortmund goalkeeper Roman Weidenfeller. How was it? Tell us something about that, please.
Well, it was an once in a lifetime experience. I mean, meeting a legend in life was something really amazing. When he came down and we met him in person, it was amazing. We had so many questions to ask him, about his time in the club, about his cup run, about everything, about how it has been, how the run has been for him. And then he has been very patient. I mean, and he's very calm, quiet, and he has been amazing. I mean, the meeting up with Roman Weidenfeller was one of the most event of the year 2020.
They both were just so kind and humble, and they're such legends at Dortmund. But when you just meet them, it just feels like you're just meeting another person, and they just shake your hands, and and they're just like always there, like you can just go and have a conversation. So it was just fantastic. Special thanks, I think, to the Yellow Wall India and the Dortmund India team for getting them to India. So yeah, I think it was a great experience. Absolutely fantastic.
Interesting thing is that Yellow Wall India actually started after he really pushed us. Like he said that I can't believe that there isn't any fan club till now in India, and you should invite me next time when you have a fan club. Next time when he came, we were registered, and yeah, we had a good time with him.
He came there at the Blasters Stadium to watch the Manyapada fans there. Like we have a little bit atmosphere there, like a small yellow wall in Kerala.
I mean, Dortmund is very far away from India, obviously. So can you explain us a little bit what influenced your decision to become a Dortmund fan?
In 2016, I started watching football, and at that time in the FIFA 17 came. So at the cover, there was Marco Reus. That's where it struck me. Who is this player? What team is that? So I Googled and I watched a few games. There are some YouTube videos posted by the official Borussia Dortmund account about the Signal Iduna Park. So that's where I can say I truly fell in love with the club.
They feel the football there. They love the football there. They love their players. They love the culture. They have a historic legacy of tradition which they have.
Some of you have been lucky enough. You traveled to Germany. You did kind of experience the worldwide famous Yellow Wall. You have been to the stadium in Dortmund. Alistair, I think you have been there. So tell us something about your trip to Germany. How was it?
So I think it was a dream come true for me, because I always saw it on the videos, the Yellow Wall and the Signal Iduna Park Stadium. So it was always like at some point I want to visit Dortmund, at some point I want to visit Germany. So I think when I visited over there, and it just like we expect it to be like, okay, it's going to be great, but once you're at the stadium, I think it's just like it's way above that. It's such a fantastic experience. They also had the football museum over there outside the train station, so I visited that as well. So I think overall the city is fantastic, the stadium is fantastic. So I absolutely loved it, and I can't wait to go back again.
It was a surreal experience, really. It's something which I can only associate with Dortmund. That a few years ago when I started supporting Dortmund, and I just thought that maybe I'll go to Dortmund, but when it happened, it's something which you can only experience yourself and can't describe those emotions. That when I climbed the stadium, and on the right side I had the whole Yellow Wall chanting and shouting. So when the game starts, you are in that moment. Sitting beside me and behind me all were German, but we all were supporting Dortmund, and no one cared about the language or anything. It was all passion. the beer was flying high whenever there was a goal scored.
And I think some of you of the Yellow Wall India have also been quite lucky because they met up with some famous Dortmund players. I think Rafael Guerrero, one of you met Rafael Guerrero and also Michael Zorc. Did they tell you, Kaustubh, how it was to meet up these famous Dortmund personalities?
Yeah, Harry met both of them. He had gone for the Inter game, which happened, and then for the Classicer last year. And he was giving us live updates whenever he was in stadium. He was showing us the video on the group. And then he had a friend also who was localite there, so he told him where to meet all of them. So he was giving us regular pictures. So it was a surreal moment to just see the pictures, and we were really jealous that we weren't there and he was there to click the pictures with Guerrero and Zorc. So yeah, it was pretty good experience.
Can you also tell me something about how do you support Borussia Dortmund in India? Are there some events? So let's talk about pre-Corona, but let's also talk about the situation now. Maybe there are some online events.
So we pre-corona, I think so we had screenings courtesy of club as well, organized few screening in Kerala and Kochi. They organized one, and then in Delhi also they organized one, and then Bangalore also, when Roman Weidenfeller came, they had a screening of the game. Other than that, I think so in Kolkata, the screenings Akash has initiated few when first time, and we had a meetup where everyone in Kolkata also met and watched a game. And they also had a first e-screening as well when guys couldn't meet. That was pretty good. And in Delhi, I think so we had a few games. We had few football games with German embassy also, and then with few fan clubs as well here, English fan clubs. So those were the events. And during the COVID time, I think so we had e-meets. We met virtually, and that was pretty good that we could connect. All of us could connect in India, regardless of where we were.
So right now, I want to know, how do you experience this rivalry between Borussia Dortmund and FC Bayern Munich in India? Did you maybe already watch the German Classico, Dortmund versus Bayern Munich, with some Bayern Munich fans? Do you know any Indian Bayern Munich fans? What is the situation over there? Maybe Saksham, can you tell me something about that?
Met this guy who supported Bayern Munich, and he was a diehard Bayern Munich fan. It's pretty fierce between us when it comes to the Der Klassiker. So actually, at that point in that season, unfortunately Dortmund lost with a very big margin. So for the few days, I could not live in peace because of him. So it's not a very good thing to have a friend who supports your rival club.
Rivalry is pretty insane. And contrary to the popular belief, two clubs which we really feel that is our rival is Schalke and most importantly Bayern Munich. In my office, where there is a bunch of people who are Bayern Munich fans. So the moment they heard that I'm a Borussia Dortmund fan, they were like, "Oh, so you watch football? You watch BVB. Why do you do that? Come to Bayern Munich." So there's always a healthy rivalry, but at the same time it's fun to watch matches together. Without rival, there's no fun actually. So it's nice to have a rival club fans in your city, in your vicinity.
I hope you also enjoyed this discussion about Borussia Dortmund, and of course I wish you all the best for the rest of the season. So hopefully we will have at the end of the season finally a new champion, since Bayern Munich won it during the last 8 years. So I hope we all agree that the Bundesliga needs a new champion.
We all are waiting for that moment.
Then thank you very much for participating.
Thank you, Niels. Thank you so much. Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
Neil.
Thanks, Neil. Thanks for the opportunity.